just going to split this one. Okay. I'll put you there for right now. I gotta be able to get back there. My aloe shoot's not looking so hot. All right, good morning. Let me go. Let me get my socks on. And then run to the bathroom, grab my coffee. Always look for a timestamp. And then I'll be right back. Moses, you're so cute. What you doing over here? Contemplating whether or not to go back in the house? What you doing? Sheldon, I hear you. Look at Moses. He's like, what am I going to do? I almost got him a friend the other day. I'm telling you, I need to stay away from... Oh, dear Lord. I probably have... Okay. Hey, buddy. What? I don't know your plans, what you're doing later, dad's, friends, staying home, but before you do leave, I need your help with the bird feeders. It's going to take like 10 minutes. Actually, I don't know if we have bird seed. I'll let you know. We don't have bird seed. I'm going to have to get some, so you're off the hook today. Okay. Unless Grandpa gets it later for me. All right. Good morning. My dad usually does the bird feeders. But I think, he's just like, I don't want to do the bird feeders this year. Blah, 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 blah. He was in a cranky mood when my mom asked anyway. So that might, fade. But I'm like, I'll feed the fucking birds then. There's 50 birds out there waiting for their fucking food, dude. They all came back from the south. That was a long fucking flight, Pull it together. They need the bird seed. And the robins are back. My dad's like, well, they eat the bugs. I've never seen a robin in a bird feeder. I was like, anywho, there's plenty of birds that go to the feeders, and they're waiting for us to hook them up. So, and then he's like, well, I don't want you spending money on bird feed. I was like, well, then you fucking go and buy the bird feed then. He doesn't say anything when I buy food every week. That comes to almost $300. Why don't you say that to me? I don't want you buying food every week. Anywho, it's just the way I do that and pay rent. And then they really do utilities. But that's the way it should be. They're getting older and so anywho. So happy St. Patrick's Day for those who celebrate. And next 48 hours. We're going to use this deck. My other deck didn't come in yesterday. I got 2 more. It did come in yesterday. My squatty potty. Fucking pumped about that. Did I clean my glasses? I think I'm going to have to go to a stronger prescription or wear contacts because I'm having eye issues. Ooh, the Fool. He's so stinking cute, these cards. So, let's see what the next 48 is, and you just have to make the best of whatever it is that comes around. Not all reads is bubblegum and rainbows. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Your daughter has a squatter party. She loves it. Yeah. Masha's had one. I knew about it for 5 years, maybe a little longer. She loves a squatty potty. And Mia wanted one for Christmas. And I'm like, no, I don't want that in the bathroom yet. Not, there's enough space, but not really for Ma. Because, she's, so there's not much space, not even tripping over a fucking squatty potty. So, but then ever since my accident, I've had trouble going to the bathroom. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm buying a squatty potty. That's it. So I'm like, I'm so excited to go to the bathroom later. But I'm that person. I love going to the bathroom. I love cleaning out. So that's me, There's nothing about that topic that isn't oh, too much information. No, not for me. I love to poop. I just do. Just feel good after, You know what I miss, though? I know it's going to sound weird. I do miss my period poops, though. Those were the best. And for those who got them, know exactly what I'm talking about, and you probably loved them just as much as I did. But I don't get my period anymore because I had a hysterectomy, so... And I haven't actually thought about that since my hysterectomy. Oh, crystals on Amazon. There's a whole bunch of different sites. There's not really any in particular. out of country ones, like there's 2 in India that I love, but you're not going to find every stone on that site. There is where I get my bracelets. I guarantee they sell stones. And I do like that site. Absolutely love these bracelets. But I got it from that site, my jade. Not jade, sorry, my lapis. I got this off of that, and I don't know if it just needs to be like 1 in. I wasn't like super crazy about like, see, this is just like so much more flexible, loosey goosey. Like this is like tight. So this one's kind of tight too, and it's my hematite. So I'd have to go in, and this could have just been a bigger size. They could be making them a little bigger. No, the bead's not any bigger too. So I want to say it just needs a little more wear and tear, but to be honest with you, I'd remember if I had to break the bracelets in like that, and I don't. So I don't know if it's just getting lousy, if it's just they got in the machine. So I'll let you know after. I will write myself a note. I'll actually, in my calendar, I'll do it for today, because crystal shop on Amazon. And then I will do like 3 in the afternoon. And if I think about it before that, I will. So just come back to this video, and the link will be underneath. I'll post the link. But see, now I don't want to make you wait. Let me see my previous orders. See if I can find it real quick. I'm actually curious if I went to a different site. You've reached the end of your orders. That's from December. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pop in bracelets. Hold on, now I gotta filter. Let's do 2023. Wouldn't let me filter the way I wanted to, which would have been easier. All right, buy again. I'm not trying to buy again, but that brand is Massive Beads. And it's a unisex adjustable. That doesn't sound familiar to me. So let me get my, I still like it. But maybe because, I don't know. It needs more time. It's just lapis. But let me, I don't think that's the site I go to. Well, I do like my blue agate that I got. Okay, I like this one. I don't know how to say it, but this is definitely one of the brands I use. You can screenshot that. Okay. I mean, I can screenshot it too and do you a favor later. Put it in the thing, but, oh, here we go. Sunstone bracelet. This one's unisex too. Where did I get this one? Amazing gemstone. Visit the store. Well, no, see, I think the website I was getting it from, but I do like it. But this isn't the original website store. So this one's just Amazing Gemstones. And that's why I got the sunstone that I like a lot. But what I'm trying to find is the hematite, because that one I know for sure is great. It's a great store. So I just give you, what, 2 or 3? So that's great. But I know I think the hematite one I got was possibly in 2022. Yeah, it's the end of that. Let me go to I want to find the hematite one for you. Filter. Pretty sure I got that in 2022. Kind of things I buy off Amazon. Well, this is the store from India why I'm here. I just saw it. Where'd it go? Right here. This is Shivra Ligram's shop store. That one's out of India. Well, I think they're based in the US, but they go to India twice a year. So you don't get it right away. It took me a while to get that one. At least a couple months, only because, well, maybe even a month, because they were on their way. They go twice a year, sometimes 3. That stone smelled like India for like a whole month. Every time I came home from work, I was like, oh my gosh. That's like the number one thing when they say, like, when you travel to India, it's like the one thing, like, everybody, like, that's the number one thing, like, everyone needs to be aware of, like, what to expect. And the smell is number one because of their spices. Here we go. Oh, so look at it. It was the same store. Massive Beads Magnetic Therapy. So I tend to get a majority of them off of Massive Beads. Okay. All right. There's that. Well, there's that. I like that shop. I haven't really gotten a bad stone from them. I've gotten smaller stones than expected, but still been happy with them. And it's like they pick. Some of the stones you don't pick. You can't pick. You know what I mean? They just send them. Unless they only have a limited, like, 5 of them, then they let you choose which one you want. So the store definitely gives options. And I just got pulled to my Buddha. So there might be something with, like, religion here, but it's St. Patrick's Day read. But, like, if Spirit wanted me to choose, he would definitely want me to do more work with Hinduism, if any, like, more of that belief than Buddhism. And it's 1818, talking about religion. Let me just look that up, and then we'll start the read. Oh, yeah, and my green Buddha over there, I keep wanting to grab him. So, I don't know. It's an uplifting message of encouragement and support from your angels. Thoughts, beliefs, visualizations have manifested as an increased flow of an abundance entering your life. Remember that wealth and abundance come in different forms. 1818 tells of achievement, success, striving forward, progress, and brings a message to stay optimistic and listen to your intuition with the inner guidance. Hold positive expectations and thoughts. Enjoy the rewards of prosperity and be grateful to appreciate them as they come in over a period of time. 1818 brings you energies of good judgment, determination, and a tendency not to fear moving ahead with your intended directions. Do not stress about certain or present circumstances, as better is on its way into your life. Hold faith and trust your own abilities, skills, talents. Use them to feel guided. Do not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone in order to pursue your passions, as a wonderful opportunity will appear for you in due course. Okay, so that can take some time as well. But it talks about something clearly already being aligned for you guys. Okay, and I just looked up 2020. Oh my gosh, let's do one more. Tony. And I just got somebody pay attention to license plate. It doesn't have it. So I'm just going to do 2020. And that reminds me of, like, isn't there a show 2020? It encourages you to display compassion, diplomacy, consideration, adaptability as you passionately serve others on a day-to-day. Take balance and harmonious activities, peaceful stance in all areas of your life, yet stand strong in your own personal convictions and act accordingly. You have a great deal to achieve in this lifetime, and with the devotion of the inner wisdom and guidance could be part of your soul mission or life purpose. Enter it with optimism, faith, and trust the divine. 2020 ambition of dreams into reality. Wonderful things are happening behind the scenes that will be great in your future, even though you might not be experiencing these opportunities just yet. Believe that they're on the way to you. It asks you to see the bigger picture and work out the details necessary to complete the picture in order to bring it to fruition on both spiritual and material planes. Be diplomatic, cooperative, and loving when relating to others, and know that you are well blessed in your life. So yeah, something is definitely aligning. I feel like it's already aligned. It's that whole energy that I talk about, like with the Fool. Might have to walk away towards something else to fulfill, if you're not happy and you feel like energies are a little stagnant, like certain areas of your life are going really well, but others are not. Like, you got to address the ones that aren't going so well. You know what I mean? And focus on those, and not in a negative way, and don't focus on them for too long either. You know what I mean? Like a simple solution, and then work on it that way. All right. Next 48 hours. Let me connect with this deck. I don't think I did that yesterday with that deck. I got sunshine. I just saw a bear. I don't know what type of bear. I don't even know if it was a bear. It was definitely I'm thinking an animal from Tasmanian devils have that little bear face. I'm thinking of like an animal. It wasn't a regular bear. And I actually don't even think it's a bear. Animals in Australia that somewhat have a bear face. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't a koala. I think that's a Tasmanian devil, but that wouldn't be it. Ooh, maybe a wombat. Yeah, I'm going to go with a wombat. Most unique animals in Australia. Yeah, that's kind of like the face I saw, a wombat. So, I want to say it's really a message for me, but I'm thinking you. But I'm surprised I saw a wombat with that particular deck, but I'm not surprised because it's an animal. Spiritual meaning of a wombat. You typically wouldn't say it like that either. A wombat teaches us that it doesn't matter what other people think, and we don't need to care because all the nourishment we need is within. through our abilities to play, how we think, our ability to see the foundation of our own problems, and creativity that impose situations and structures onto them. It's an animal. The wombat is depicted as an Aboriginal Dreamtime is an animal of little worth. The mainland stories tell of the wombat originating from a person named Warren, whose head had been flattened by a stone and a tail amputated as punishment for selfishness. What the fuck? If the spirit is wombat spirit reminds you to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. Aboriginal cultures, the wombat is wisdom and resourcefulness. Its ability to create the burrow system has led to being regarded as a guide, a teacher, offering lessons, perseverance, adaptability, and survival. So I really don't think it's like the negative part of it, obviously, but teaches us doesn't matter how we think, teaches us that it doesn't matter what others people think, and we don't need to care, because all the nourishment we need is within, through our ability to play, the way we think, our ability to see the foundation of our own problems, creativity, and pose solution structures onto them. So this probably has something to do with like your original roots, homeland, even though it's the next 24 hours. So there's something here significant to pull in regards to what you should be doing next, even if it's like a simple solution to one thing to get to another thing. All right. And basically, the wombat talks about a lot of the things that I've been talking about the last couple of days. That Ace of Pentacles really wanted to come out. I'm going to shut that light off, turn on the overhead. My goodness. That didn't really help at all. Bummer. I almost feel like I want to put them higher, but I want to pull more cards than that. So I guess it is what it is. Let me shut off the overhead because I actually feel like that made it worse. I mean, yeah. Oh, I'm in too much pain today. Up and down shit. Some of you might travel. So I just got pulled to a magnet on my fridge. You know, some people don't put magnets on the fridge. I like magnets on my fridge. So, and typically, every time I travel, I grab a magnet, unless I really like it. You know, like I go into a gift shop and I'm like, oh, that's a cute magnet. So maybe you guys should do like, I don't know, it could even be like getting sigil work there. That it's within bones as well. I think I'm going to love this stack. I'm telling you, like, when I opened it, I smiled at every single card. And it was such a random, I've never come across this stack. It's all skulls. Yeah, see the Fool. You're stepping into something here. I'm also getting a circus vibe. I know it's a castle, but That could be past life here. Because I'm getting pulled to, I'm hearing past life soulmate. I'm getting pulled to the, it's not the circus, it's, I mean, you could have traveled. Yeah, see, I don't know if it's that deck or this deck has a lot of energy. I know this deck does too. It could even be communal living in the sense of like traveling. Because I'm getting like, not like a circus, like people who just travel to like entertain. But they didn't do like a circus back then like that. Like it's something with communal living here, but that's a castle. Oh, the top of that is going to throw me off. There's something that you did in a past life here. Just real quick, what's this with the past life? So this must be something like karma cleared. You're stepping into something. So the next 24 hours, 48 hours, angels. Almost like a gift. I don't know if it's subtle. It could be a spouse too, like I said. I heard like past life. And then when I said that, I heard soulmate, which are much easier connections, believe it or not. A lot of people link, twin flames, past life, soulmates, past life. They think it's harder. But the right past life soulmate is not harder. It's easier than all the other relationships. So something's going to end up being smooth. And I was looking for like another answer or something, like another something, but it's basically just saying that the angels, like I said, it's like 1818, 2020. It could be something with 1818, your past life, but I think it goes back further than that. You could have helped somebody. You could have helped. Communal living was dirty. It was poor. It was hard. You might have helped somebody, and this is like I said, like some type of karma, good karma coming back to you. So you must have cleared something, because now it's working on another. So it's like this is around the corner too. So even though it feels like much might not have aligned, there's actually probably looks like more than one thing that has already aligned. And sometimes, things that come into alignment can take weeks, months, years. Because you got the 1818 that made it sound like, ooh, like maybe it's here on the corner. And then you got the 2020 that was like, look, you might not see it yet, but it's on its way. And me working with numerology for a long time, I know that can take a while to come into fruition. It's almost like you don't see it. But this is something that's like definitely happening. I don't know if you feel like a presence in your house. I'm kind of getting that vibe too. It could be that a spirit coming back from an angel. It could be that a spirit that once lived on that property is... Angels aren't reincarnated. So there's something about a spirit. Could it be a couple that lived on the property? I'm hearing 1800 years ago. Jesus. Probably was you guys. I don't know. I'm being pulled to my hands. I know I have an ability with energy in my hands, but like that, I just picked up on that one more than I usually do. And I know I've always talked with my hands. See, I've been noticing little things like that empathic energy. Yesterday I didn't enjoy that. And I did step out of it, which is great. You could be a healer, but like, I don't know, it could be something like sign language, it could be light language, I'm not really sure. This is more like a gift, but the other reads that when I looked into 1818, it's more of a life purpose, and that takes time. So maybe it's time to use your gift. This is my favorite bracelet. I can't find it on Amazon anymore. I'd order like 5 more. I mean, this alone is a story that I'm trying to like pinpoint. I don't know if I'm going to be able to like it's definitely a gift. So you can go as far back as ancient Egyptian. And like ancient Egyptian ceremony rituals. So there could have been some rituals. Maybe, yeah, see, maybe you guys lived here. So the umbrella, right, is kind of like the top of the castle. Yeah. Castles in the sky, and go twice as high. It's in a book, so take a look. So you could discover something. I mean, you could just, your family could be telling you something like, oh, your great grandmother and great grandfather, yada, yada, right? So we'll look into that spouse in a minute. So again, it could be a person, an opportunity for you to leave a situation as well. I feel like you cleared some type of karma, like some of you like a big deal, like a family curse or conditioning, depending on the scenario. But Ace of Pentacles you have to work with, right? Like you have a partnership, sacrifices. You make sacrifices, they make sacrifices. Like partnerships have to sacrifice certain things. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing by any means. Sacrificial. We'll see, something might have happened in the past. That's like a different type of sacrifice. I don't think we're going way back where they'd sacrifice people, maybe like a lamb or something, but I'm not sure. Where was I going with that? I don't know, either come back to me or it's not meant to be discussed. I don't know. Not part of the reading. So this could be happening in your dreams. It could be happening and you don't even like realize it. It's definitely in alignment. But yeah, typically this is something you'd work on, making sacrifices. But past life soulmates. So you could have a past life soulmate coming towards you. It is easier but you do have to put work into it. It's not, it is what it is. So there's something you have to put like work into. And like I said, others of you, it could just be like leaving a situation and going towards, I'm going to say another person because the spouse is here, or leaving a spouse. Let's just clarify this damn spouse. Or it's leaving a spouse and going towards, I mean, it could be many things, a business, working on the train. Yeah, see, there's something past life here. Whoa. Not a thing. These cards are still a little sticky. This Palo Santo is from Ecuador. It takes a little longer to burn, but it's nice. It's smooth. Yeah, see, I think something's being blessed because Palo Santo they use in churches, ceremonies, some type of ritual. Again, I don't. Ooh. I'm sorry. That came through the other day. I think it's Justin Bieber. But again, I feel like I'm mixing two songs. It's still burning. You can see the head of it is still hot, but like it doesn't burn like you think it burns. It's like that's what I like about it. Like it's still going, but it doesn't smoke as much. Unless you really get it going. Reunited and it feels so good. So again, guys, this could be actually happening like in a tangible way. But like it's not like what you think. Like this could be an angel that's by your side. I forgot about that. I said that earlier. And usually angels don't have time to chit chat, shoot the shit with humans. Even light workers, like it's not like that. People like, oh, I work with, Josephine. I work with the archangel this, archangel, like, oh, I just got pulled to 9/11. I got an email earlier about 9/11, so there must be a message there. It could be somebody who passed away in 9/11, and it doesn't go that far back. And they're reincarnated. Well, no, angels don't reincarnate. What the fuck? Unless it's a walk-in. Like someone's like, here, I got someone for you. Like, we got this. And I keep trying to clarify this, whether or not, like, is here or not. And it had me do this. So you might marry the next person that comes into your life. There could be something with feathers. I mentioned something the other day with leaves, and you really shouldn't, like, a lot of people are doing spring cleanup, but you should wait a little longer because of the queen bees. The same day my dad went out there and air blowed, whatever it is, all the fucking leaves. And then the neighbors at the corner, yeah, it looks nice, but they were raking. So that's like some queen bees that are dead. So I don't know why that message keeps coming through with queen bees. Because it's like you gotta give it time. Like, it takes the bees longer to wake up. You know what I mean? And birds are coming back. I mean, I'm in New England. They didn't all leave, but like, you might start finding feathers. I don't think it's going to let me know about this spouse yet. I mean, the angel that came, if this is like a guide, a spirit guide, but I feel like it's an angel and they only stay temporarily. But this one's going to stick around for some reason, and not for too long, but like long enough to play matchmaker, long enough for you to start again. It could be a business, it could be a relationship. And you know what I remember? I was going into the Mercury read to write quick chat, and where it started, I had just grabbed the book and I was like, well, Mercury's going to be here all of April. And I said that in the first morning video. But then in the second one, when I was like, oh, fuck that, I'm not even doing Mercury, I was like, all of April. So like, but I didn't even pick up on that. Like, does that make sense? Like, Spirit already told me like all of April, knowing that we were in March. And I probably thought I was saying March. So maybe there's something in April here. Because how did we just start talking about April? Jesus, I don't even remember. Oh, could be an angel, April. What the actual fuck? Okay. So it could have been somebody in a past life that came back, a husband, a wife, but now in the form of like an angel. 5 of Cups with spouse. So somebody misses you. It is kind of like an I'm sorry. You got the Hermit. Somebody could be soul searching. But this 5 of Cups, when I first initially saw it, this is somebody who's still focused on the 5 of Cups. I mean, that's still focused on the 3 of Cups when the 2 of Cups is right there. So it could be like a loss of a spouse, and like, but see, I don't think this would be your energy unless it's like you cleared some type of karma. I don't know if you would know about this and you were actually married and with somebody and divorced and it already happened, or if this is like linked to like years and years and years and years and years ago. And this is kind of like the energy you're in. To me, this wouldn't be like a loss though. The 5 of Cups speaks of a loss, but like it's not like a loss, like a death. But this is like, it's gotta go. This energy's gotta fucking go, because it's like still dwelling on the 3 of Cups of like the happy times you had, but like, were they really happy? It's like, you gotta ask yourself, like, I'm sure there was some happy times, but you know, it's ironic. I've never seen a card like this. You got 3 cups there, 2 cups there, but on the edges of the card, you have 4 cups, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like your happiness is right there. And I just said to you, like, are you really happy? Like, this is like the tricky thing with tarot, because it's like you weren't really happy. You were just kind of living. Like, it's time to go. Others of you, again, this might be somebody you know, and they're going through this. Is this how they feel about you? Or it's going to be like a spouse they had watching you guys, and it's, you obviously have spirit guides or somebody above that wants you in a connection with somebody. And you got to remember 1818 and 2020, like, talks about life purposes and things like that. And just, you know, being happy. Definitely an easier connection. So you might know this person, it didn't go so well. I don't know if they're coming back around. But I don't like this energy of the 5 of Cups. I do, because it's like the 9 of Cups, but it's only like if you see it. So is that a message for you? Because it doesn't feel like you're in the 5 of Cups, but you could be in the sense of like, I want a relationship. There's nobody in my life. You know, sometimes when you're single, you do go into those periodical situations. I don't know, like days. You know how like there's only some times where I'll get in that energy, and it's only really happened to me once, and it actually was like a few months ago, where I was like, I miss like a physical touch, like I miss like a comfort thing. It didn't last that long. So in a way, this could be you, and you're like, your focus is on the 5 of Cups, like not having it. But like you do have a gift of something else, and maybe that just needs to be completed before, you know, you go in this route. But I don't think that's really the message. Got to be for somebody, but this could be an energy that's going to miss out on this because of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Kind of feels like somebody else's energy, but I'm not positive. I feel like it's probably yours, and you're going through something emotional, and it's linked to a past life or an energy that didn't come through, or an energy that you had expectations or high hopes. So be careful, because this energy might be coming back around. And the last time it came back around, it caused the 5 of Cups. But this could also be saying that this time it could actually work out with the Ace of Pentacles here. And maybe you should forgive, and maybe somebody is sorry. So I think I'm going to start another reading, because I think that's your message. I am going to pull a shadow card in the sense of like, not what you need to be aware of, but more like what you need to like either push through or work with. Let's see what it gives us for this, because that's Spirit's like, wrap it up. Like, that's your message. So there's an energy that, like I said, that might possibly come back around. Oh, this came out the other day. And it was like, you guys, intuition, clairvoyance, and focus. So if this energy does come back around and it works, you got to shift your focus. Or it comes back around and use your intuition, because I think some of you are going to go straight to the brain. And this is more like making a gut decision, because at one time you were happy, but you didn't get the Ace of Pentacles. You didn't get a commitment. You didn't get, nothing started off solid. And again, if it started with an Ace of Wands, if it started with an Ace of Cups, it doesn't matter. It always needs to start with an Ace of Pentacles, even though your brain or your gut doesn't take you there, because it's new, it's butterflies, it's exciting, but you always want to build on the Ace of Pentacles. It's solid. So if you start with like the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, even if you date for a while and then there's intimacy, it's built off of like passion or lust or something maybe you lack with an Ace of Cups. You know what I mean? And it's more about self-love, but you know, you did something you knew you shouldn't do because of your own needs or whatnot. You know what I mean? So like, is probably, once again, something that didn't work out. So this is more of a message of using your gut to make a decision, because the Nine of Cups is here. Even though it's the Five of Cups. So there could have been 3 people, because even the way it's lined up. And you could always blow up your screen. But like 3 cups down, but like even the lineup's like, hey, there's 3 of Cups right here. And it's typically 2. And I know it's the border, but I've never seen anything like it on a 5 of Cups card. So you have to have a little optimism here. And at the bottom, you have sabotaging relationships. And the tangle of love, or the demons that emerge. And I wonder if yours will ask them to dance. Ooh, there might be a lot of chemistry here, but one of you or both of you have a tendency to sabotage these situations. And it looks like there's another opportunity coming, and you can actually build. And there'll be longevity here. Like, again, you might marry this person, and it is a past life soulmate. So be careful that you're not sabotaging this and they're not sabotaging this, because this might even be a situation where somebody might not even reach out, and it's, you literally bump into somebody and it's like, oh, never thought I'd bump into you. Or you see them in the store and you purposely ignore them, but they see you and they do the same thing. But even from there, if there's no contact, that is contact, but it's not like in their face contact. But even from there, thoughts will just expand. Like someone sees your face and it's like, oh, I am in love with this person. Or, you know what I mean? But like, you want to jump right to the 5 of Cups, or they do. So you probably both have a tendency of sabotaging, even if it's somebody brand new. And I know I do. I'm not going to lie. It took me a while to see it. You know, it's like I feel happy or this and that, or giddy. And then it's like, all right, I got to pump the brakes and back it up. That's sabotaging. But I think you would know what this is. It's more of a sabotage. And I'm starting to feel like an internal feeling, not like an internal flame, but like warm, nauseous. So in the tingle of love, my demons emerge, and I wonder if you will ask them. I wonder if you will ask them to dance. So there's clearly feelings for this person, but there's like still demons to work with in the sense. But I don't think so. This is like outside demons. This reminds me of like a Beauty and the Beast type situation. And you might be like, nah, I'm working on this. I can't be bothered with this. Or, nope, I know your situation. Can't be bothered with that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make a sudden judgment. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you got to listen to your gut here. And your gut tells you, like, you've had a past life. There's something there. But, like, your mind tells you, this could, if this is somebody else, I don't know why it just had me jump like that. If this is somebody else, it could be somebody just afraid of getting hurt, or somebody sabotages. Like, but I think on your end, but I could be wrong, could be them too. But I think on your end, it's like it's something deeper in the sense of you could be like instantly, nope, I got to work on this. But not in the sense of like working on yourself, like working on the train, like work, 8 of Pence, work, financial situation, even. Because you were left with the 9 of Cups, but you were, that's weird. You were left with the 9 of Cups. So that's happy, but you still ended up in the 5 of Cups because it didn't work. Again, this person could have been married or they were dealing with something karmic. This tells me that you clearly, this is a past life soulmate, whether it's new or it's somebody you know. I think a majority it's somebody you know because that's been coming out. And it's almost like somebody wants to surprise you, like you're not expecting it, but like it doesn't really work like that. So careful, not careful, but like I feel like someone wants to control it, or like it's like waking up one day and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and then it's like, no, I'm not gonna. And I feel like I just heard a merge. Yeah, see, someone's working with their demons. So I think this is somebody who's trying to come towards you. And this is a message from like your angels, your guides, like, listen, this energy is coming. But it's like they don't want you to know. I don't, it's just like a surprise element, but like there's no surprise element here in this energy. So it's like waiting day after day after day, but every day it's like, I'm going to do it. And if they don't do it. So again, I wish you the best. This might be linked to yesterday's read. I do. I really do wish you the best. But it definitely is going to take two people to put effort into it. So I want to say, like, in the meantime, this person's working with their demons and you're working maybe on like finances or listening to your gut or your intuition. I'm not really sure. But like, this isn't about work. This is literally about a spouse. So something is definitely aligning. So heads up there. And it's almost saying like, you're not going to have that 5 of Cups like you think. Like, you're not going to have to deal with that again. Like, you're actually going to have love. And it's funny because I said to you guys literally the other day, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever have fucking love because I can't deal with this matrix shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like, but this is kind of like, no, you will. It's just how it comes in, or like how something transforms, maybe. I don't know. But if it's a lesson on both ends, it's going to be deep, and you're going to have to work through it, obviously. Because your 9 of Cups is here. And I don't look at 9 of Cups as like wishes. Some tarot readers do. But it is like a wish. You are going to get what you want. And it's not like this. I shouldn't have said it like that, like what you want. But like, it's, this person will be able to fulfill your needs. You will be able to tend to each other's needs. And there probably will be some sacrifices that need to be made. But eventually things will pan out. You can't worry about how the past is going to feel about a situation. You can't dwell on the past if you have a past with this person. You know, if you're waiting on somebody to come in and like, chances are like that's not going to come together, you know, until you figure something out. Because if you're just waiting and waiting, like it doesn't work like that. Like, this shit comes at you when you least expect it. It really honestly does. If your main focus is, why am I not in a relationship and this and this and that? Well, because you probably sabotage it and don't listen to your gut, and there's a lesson here. And until you make yourself happy again, because you're the only one that can make yourself happy, and whether that's going after somebody or not, you still have to get in that energy. And right now that energy is still the 5 of Cups, but it's really the 9 of Cups, but somebody has to realize that. Because somebody has to make the approach. And I feel like this is an energy that needs to come towards you. Not really you going towards them. Whoever's in the 5 of Cups energy is the one that needs to go towards somebody else. But not like, no, see, I feel like somebody's going to pick up on that. Like, you know, it's like I talked the other day, like spontaneous energy. Sometimes you just go for it. It works or it doesn't. Let me more. That isn't like this. There's an energy that you have to go towards, or they have to come towards you. And the other person is just, whether they're expecting it or not, they're not waiting. But when this is like a heads up, when they do come, try not to instantly sabotage it. Because there is something here. So everybody's kind of getting messages here, no matter what side you're on. I don't really think it's a lesson on your end in the sense like, hey, don't sabotage it. It could be, absolutely. But like, you've probably been there, done that, you're aware of it. But when that happens and somebody else doesn't like give you comfort and reassure you, then it's not your person. It's just not, because two people work together and they're going to work through lessons. They're going to work through insecurities. They're going to work through this. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like unexpected that this person would be like, no, look it, I'm not leaving. I really want to fix this. Like, I'm not going to let you run. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would have to work out like that. Because the right person is not going to, just give up because you sabotage. And if you know this energy and you've been in this situation before with this person, the person that got hurt first and had to walk away from something, which is usually the spiritualist, because we know better and it still fucking hurts, but we do it anyway because we fucking know better, And I don't think people understand what we go through. They're thinking about themselves. So I feel like this is an energy that needs to come towards you, because you're not going to cater to this. You're not going to cater to this energy. You've been there and done that, and there's nothing. This energy, it's like I just heard sacrificial. This energy didn't sacrifice jack shit for you, whether it's a friendship or not. Even friendship sacrifice. You know what I mean? You make time to talk to other people. You make time to text back. You make time to hang out, even if you book it a month down the road. You make time. And if something's happening currently and you're with this person, because it's actually pulling me to Mia, and I was saying, like, to Mia's like asked Dennis, which is a boyfriend for like almost a year, like a couple things this summer. Like, you want to do this? And he's like, well, I might be camping with my family. You can always come with me. Like, and then she said something else, like the end of the summer. And he said the same thing. Well, I might be camping or doing something with the family. And she's kind of like annoyed. She's like, Mom, why doesn't he just like say, okay, like, let's just set a date and like do something. And I've been with people like that, and it's extremely frustrating, because it's like, you want to go out in a couple of weeks, and it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, or you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably be working, or like not making time for you, or not making you feel like, it's not really secure. And some people, it's just their energy, but some people don't book out a month because, I don't know, is it linked to fear? I don't know. Someone's like, oh, next September, let's go to this concert. And I'm like, done, but that's me. But some people are not like that. So I am getting pulled to that energy. It could just be Libra. I think they're both Libras. Not positive. But I do find it annoying, because there was somebody I was dating off and on after, the divorce and whatnot. And it's like, you want to do this next year? You want to do this? And it's like, knowing that they want to do that, but they don't do that. But besides that, like, it is extremely frustrating, because it's somebody who never planned something. Like, hey, what are you doing like Thursday? And it could be Monday. And it's like, oh, I don't know, yada, yada. I might have my kids, I might have this. And it's, how do you not fucking know? Of course you know. You're dealing with a kid's mother. That's a prime example. You do know whether or not you're going to have this kid. And if you don't, and there's somebody else in your life, then make it a priority to find out which days you're going to have the children or certain things, because somebody else feels like, here, like, you're not going to make time for them, or you're not going to set a date. Like, I'm not saying it brings out our insecurities. It's more frustrating than anything. And Mia's just experiencing it for the first time. And I'm explaining to her, there's some people that are just like that. That's a sacrifice you have to make on your end. If you love that person, I don't even think the person's necessarily doing it like intentionally. Like, I do think there's some things that intentionally can be done differently, but it doesn't make you insecure. But it's like, what the fuck? Like, if you love me or you want to be with me or you want to see me or you want to do something with me, I mean, at least commit to like one thing or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm looking up, you guys all like, yeah. Some people, yeah, it can be very annoying. But there's some people that like that. I like that. And then there's others where, you know, they don't have certain dates and they don't plan on this, but at the same time, that can bring out maybe insecurities in you and frustration, because it is like, do you want to see me or do you not want to fucking see me? You want to spend time together or do you not? Like, do I have to ask you every day if today works? Like, that's too much. That's not cool that somebody even does that to you. So you can either handle it or you can't. And I'm not saying you should make sacrifices like that, especially the one I'm talking about, like the Dennis and Mia. Yeah, you should make some sacrifices. But the other situation when I'm talking about, where it's more like somebody's not making you a priority, no, gotta go. Like, that shit's not cool. And it's frustrating. So I do think some of you guys know this person. Some of you, again, it can be somebody new, and it's just saying, look, don't sabotage. You know you sabotage, and your past scenario left you in the 5 of Cups, and it was hurtful, but like, really think about a fresh energy and building properly. Because just because the last one hurt you doesn't mean you didn't learn that lesson. You got to repeat it with somebody else, because that typically happens too. Mm-hmm. But this is telling me this is a different type of past life soulmate, and this one can last a while, if not the rest of your life, whether you're 20 or 50, you know? So it definitely looks like in the next 48 hours, this is aligning, or there's thoughts. And if your thoughts are the 5 of Cups and it's the opposite energy and you're the one that should go towards it, then go towards it. Or right now, if you're the 5 of Cups and not feeling so secure with yourself, focus on the Ace of Pentacles. Focus on your intuition. Focus on work. Focus on diet. Focus on your belief system. Focus, you know what I mean? Just don't focus on the 5 of Cups. Don't focus on this person. So if your mindset right now, if this isn't like coming in and your mindset is a little like bent out of shape and you are thinking about somebody in the past and it's just not like coming in, like, you have to get out of that energy, because your gut could be telling you, your intuition could be telling you it's coming, but like it's not coming, or it doesn't come, you know, then that person still has to work on it before they come towards you. Or you need to work on this own energy and switch your focus up. Well, if you are dealing with this energy, your main focus can't be the 5 of Cups. It needs to be the Ace of Pentacles in order to get out of the 5 of Cups. I know that's a whole lot in 30 seconds to say. Lots of little messages there, but, you know. So again, some of you could be going through a sad period. Lack of comfort, love, attention. And if this person isn't coming towards you or responding, just know that your angels got your back and they don't want you with this person. Please think about your diet. Please think about your children. Think about other things that ground you. You know what I mean? And I know people hate when I switch the read like that. Not all of you, but that's the hard truth. And it does suck, especially when you're in that energy of like, they're not coming towards me, or they're not responding. But you know what? Spirits don't want that person around you. It's a blessing in disguise, because you have a blessing right here. So some of you, if you just switch your energy and look at something more in a positive way in the next 48 hours, a new energy will come towards you. And that's the hard truth. And it is hard truth here, because some of you are the 5 of Cups, and it's just, and I said that the other day, like, I'm off too. Like, I'm emotionally just off a little bit. You know, not all up in my head like this and overthinking shit, but emotionally, like, it's almost like sensing other energies, but like I'm not going towards anything. No one's coming towards me right now. And if they are, I don't know about it because I'd rather be in this energy or in another energy and not think about this. So my Five of Cups that I feel like has been like emotional for me lately is probably more like, not the Five of Cups, probably more like the Three of Swords for me. Just, you know, that's me personally, which is personal shit. Not all up in my head with why didn't this work out and why isn't it coming towards me. It's not like that. It's just different shit, you know? Life. But then I feel like I do get in the Five of Cups, but I'm like, oh. But I don't know where it comes from. I think it's just a lot of things. But for some of us, it could be like this energy in reality is just not here, and it's not going to be here because spirit does not want this person in your life, and you are clearing some type of, again, conditioning or past life curse. Like you are starting new. Start again. Like, and it's going to be beautiful. So if this is my spirituals, this is temporary. It's probably has to do with some of the transits. Or the fact that this energy is coming towards you. When angels come towards you, guides, loved ones, it does mess with your aura a little bit. That's why it's so important to ground, even if you don't know you need to ground. You know what I mean? Just getting outside and taking a walk, or just even 5 minutes, just woosah, you know, is grounding. So again, some of you it's coming towards you, and others of you, you're clearing this. And I don't even want to bring the other person's karmic into this because it's either you or them. And that's what it comes down to it. And you got to be honest with yourself, just like I am with you when it comes to the Three of Swords, Five of Cups. Like life just hits you in different like transits and moments, and you never know with angels or guides coming in and out, and your Akashic records, and how you're going to relate to the energy when it switches. Sometimes it could be very subtle for others, and then others it's not so subtle. It's not so settling either. You know, it's, you know, when the sun goes into, you know, Pisces, or the sun goes into Aquarius, whatever it goes into, that's the energy you have to work with. And again, it's pulling me to print off like the months again, and start doing things with you and giving you heads up that this energy could be coming in astrologically in a collective way. But it's still going to be different with everybody in the sense of you're working with every aspect of each 12 zodiacs in your chart every couple days, and people don't realize that, you know. So like if you're feeling like this and it's out of nowhere, it absolutely has to do with a transit or a life lesson. And if you know you're not really in a life lesson, or you feel stuck, remind yourself it's a transit. And I remember having this conversation with you. I think it was over last summer or fall. I remember having the conversation with Mash too, like in the sense of like for months I was like, and I said it to you guys, like I know it's one of my transitions, like a placement in my chart. And I was like, well, at least I know it's there. And I know that's why the energy is here. And this is why I'm feeling this way, or this is why I'm not doing this. But it doesn't make it any easier. And that transit lasted months for me. And it was so fucking heavy. This, I feel, is temporary. Just give it take a couple days. You know what I mean? Week tops. It's just some of you needed this reading. Some of you needed to hear this. And this even kind of like hitting me in the sense of like, you even needed to hear this, Courtney. And like I said, it might not even be linked to the Five of Cups. It's more about, listen, stop fucking sabotaging shit the minute like you're happy, or you're like, oh, this really isn't going to work. Like, because mentally we all get in that energy, you know, what comes first? Shit like that. So, you know, focus on the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pens versus, or the Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pens, Nine of Cups versus the Five of Cups. Because nobody ever wants to focus on the Five of Cups. And even if it's you or the other person, and even if it's the other person, you're still linked to this energy. Even if you've cut the tie on your end. And I'm not saying, oh, it's on their end and they're projecting energy and you can feel it and they're trying to attach again and the tie, the cord. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that if the cord's already been cut. And in this situation, the cord has already been fucking cut. So if it does come back together, it's not about attaching the fucking cord, guys, because codependency is icky. When you both make sacrifices, it can become, it's not really a codependent, it's a different type of energy. But that's the proper way to do it, you know? So I kind of wanted to wrap this up, but I feel like we should wrap it up and do another one. But I feel like we should focus on this Eight of Pence real quick. See, this might be work. It might be research. It might be something you should be looking into. I mean, it is soul searching as well. But you got the World. Congratulations. You're going in a new direction. I really want to start reading the World as congratulations, because it is, whether it's hard or not, like an ending that could be bittersweet or you're sad. It's still, in a sense, of congratulations, because a cycle has ended. So if you stay within that cycle and you stay within that mindset, or you stay within the Five of Cups, or you stay within Hermit mode, or you stay that's not beneficial for you, or you don't say anything. Like you're not living life, you know? Ace of Pence. What do we need to know about this Ace of Pence, please? Our focus. I just heard due diligence, so it is looking at something. Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant. This could have to do with work. It could have to do with a boss. I'm going to tell you right now, whatever is happening, absolutely hands down, it's meant to happen. Like your angels, your guides, your ancestors are stepping in. Like you can't avoid it. But it looks like it's going to be an amazing transit. Like even, you know what I mean? Like whatever they have lined up, yeah, some of you might need to walk away from this person in order to have that, or like your finances will get better. So there could be a lesson here. The Hierophant sometimes could be a lesson. The Five of Pence. Because I feel like this energy is walking away from this energy, or it's two people like, all right, we got to go. I'm walking away from a relationship and starting a new foundation. Because I feel like you can see all these fives. It's only two fives, but that's a big change. It's not one five and something's got to change. This is a much bigger change. And I almost feel like there's two people here being guided in a situation, and two people are in this Five of Pence energy. I wouldn't, it could be a lesson of loneliness. I'm not really sure. This does feel more temporary. I think I just saw 22. Yeah, somebody needs to say something here. So I don't think the Spirit's saying for some of you it's not a lesson. This is more of, we do have a belief system here as well, but this is more like committing yourself to a situation, and this is like starting something and then ghosting something, which is not cool, guys. You don't want to ghost things. Like, be an adult. You know what I mean? Like, don't play fucking games. Like, it's just ridiculous when people get into that matrix energy. Do something the right way. Because I feel like this is like a higher official, and you got the angels here as well. Like, so you must be pretty fucking important in different realms and galaxies or something, guys. I'm telling you, because you have two energies right now of energies that just don't follow you to shoot the shit. I'll tell you that right now. So there's something pretty fucking significant going on. I just heard go back to 1818 and 2020. And I could be researching, 1818, and it could also be, what went down in 2022. I don't know. And then I just the 222. So I don't fucking know. But some of you, like, whoever this higher official is, definitely does not want you at a certain job. They want you doing something else. I think this Five of Pentacles is beneficial in this sense, like two people had to be alone. Two people needed to experience the Five of Cups and not lean on each other out of selfish reasons too. Like there is something linked to a relationship here and a person. And guys, even if you're not with a person, and you know what I mean, it's still linked to something in your past. Your ex-wife, your ex-husband, the last couple years, the last 5 years with the Hierophant. You know what I mean? It's the last person you dated or the person before that. And even if you haven't dated in 3 years, like it can be this person or it could be the person you're constantly thinking about, or, once in a while they come to your head. It's clearly fucking somebody that is coming towards you, or who it is you're thinking about when you're listening to me read. It's almost like, because the two of you are here too. And it's like the two of you are here. I feel like the two of you are here because you got two people here. If you blow your phone up, there's multiple energies here that lead to the Nine of Cups, and then you're here. So this definitely has to do with somebody else. And it's between you and this person. Even if you're leaving something karmic or they're leaving something karmic, this doesn't have to do with the karmic. And typically the ones that have been coming in the reading has been about the karmics. So I don't know if you both had to go through an energy of loneliness. I'm hearing no. So maybe one and not the other, but I don't know. Maybe it's just saying something can come together now because somebody could have passed a test here. Because that energy has been coming through too. So somebody could have been tested. Now, sometimes, like when you're lonely, you got the Sun and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, it could be a test. There could be a Leo involved as well. And then you have Justice. So this could be something going on with court. It could be a marriage. But this is like being stuck in this energy. But it's also your own personal entrapment. But the Sun is there. So for some of you, it could have to do with a Leo energy or a Libra. You also have Taurus and Libra, the Hierophant, Venus. But this is like also like there could be a lesson between two of you. Like this might start and the two of you could be in this energy or already learned this lesson, or this is letting other energies go and not really dwelling on the past and dwelling on what happened. And your main focus should be, long term, here and now, not yesterday, not next month, because this could have an amazing outcome. So you both might have a test to pass here in the sense of coming together and being honest. And that honesty could be like, I don't know if this is going to work. but I'm being honest. Like, let's just flow, take it slow, see what happens, versus being like, fuck this and all up in your head for weeks or days. You know what I mean? Instead of just being happy, because this is about your happiness with the Sun and the Five of Cups, but this Five of Cups is the Nine of Cups. Like, something can go right. Like, now this, whatever this situation is, has a shot. But this is also an energy where it's like they had multiple opportunities to make it right or say something or speak the truth, and, you know, and they didn't. But that also tells me that they had lessons in shadow work and all this other stuff and karmic energies that they needed to clear. And sacrifices that needed to be made in order to bring something together. And it could be a sacrifice in the sense of like somebody works 7 days a week and you got to learn to take, you know, the weekends off and start to enjoy life. It's things like that. Like, work is not life. And when people are mostly focused on work, it's because, you know, they want plenty of money in their bank account, or it's the opposite energy and they don't want to be sad and they don't want to think about the things that went wrong and the things that they neglected. So they work, and they act like to everybody else, they project like work is the best thing for them, and they convince themselves that this is the right thing. Literally convince themselves, because they've been doing it for so long. They don't realize they're just avoiding, you know, family life or something else, you know, that's emotional. And it could even be a childhood wound, you know. It's like the people that got plenty of money in the bank and they, you know, they say, oh, I'm going to travel when I retire. Travel now. You could be dead next month. I really feel like people need to start convincing themselves. We say life is short, and we know, and people die, and, you know, for a couple of weeks we're like, oh, we go through a certain energy. But like, I'm starting to think I should convince people like once a week, like, we can die tomorrow. Honestly. And I hate to say, and it's kind of morbid, but it's like, even me, like, it's not that we're taking advantage of something or we're neglecting it or we're not appreciative, but we don't appreciate enough that we're fucking breathing. We don't acknowledge it enough that we're breathing. You know, we're smart enough and awoken enough, like, we get it, but like, I really feel like I gotta start telling people, like, not like well, it is intentionally kind of scare them, or intentionally, like, you know, it's like manipulating in the opposite way. But it's very clear this is what I am doing. I am manipulating your fucking brain right now, because you could be dead tomorrow. You could be dead next week. I never, like, if I had money in the bank like that, I've never had money in the bank like that. Family, it was always like family or vacations, like, and that's once every few years, if we could even afford it, you know. But then I've known so many people, and I don't know why I date a lot of people that have money. I don't understand. Or they come into, like, I've had 2 people that I've dated, and they come into like they literally win the lottery. Like, I don't even get it. Or they're like military. Almost all of them are linked to military as well. And it's just like, some of them travel and do their thing, but it's like work oriented, you know, like, and it's like, travel, do things, stop saying you this and that. And, or, you know, you got other ones, for instance, that own fucking planes and jets, and, you know, but that's a different type of, like, that's more like, look at me, like, I'm rich, and, you know, it's obvious, and kind of cocky, and, you know, which is different. And then you got other rich that's just like rich and say they're going to travel and they don't travel. You know what I mean? Like, if I had money like that, my ass would be fucking traveling and going after my dreams and my fucking desires. So it's like, I look at some of the people I date and I'm just like, it's such a fucking shame. It's almost like a waste of fucking life. Like, look at what you fucking accomplished. Put your ego aside and live your fucking life. And it probably has a lot to do with me being a light worker and a YouTuber and educating You know what I mean? Because it's like all walks of life. I just heard. I've dated people that, could be poor too, or just, you just get by. But it's like work. They put work first, and it's like, but you're still not getting to where you need to be because you're not finding that balance. And we all do that, but like something big needs to change here. And now you have 3 5s. This is a big fucking change. You can make this wheel move, or you can continuously do the same shit you're constantly doing that's not benefiting you. So this reading is a big deal. So I guess I can leave it at one reading now because I kept thinking this was going to be a lot shorter, and they told me to leave it at that. But like, then I did get into other things. But anywho, it's just like, yeah, live your fucking life. It's like, I feel like changing like the name of the channel in the sense if you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? So I don't want you to look at it like that or a bucket list either, because see, you can project that energy in so many different ways, but I think the way I say it, like more harsh, like you can be dead in 2 weeks, is more beneficial than what would you do if you had 24 hours to live. Because then you're thinking about regrets and all the other stuff, and if you did things right. So ironically enough, life is short, and you can take one terminology and look at it 5 different ways. So that's why the Matrix is so fucking tricky. People settle with what they think is right, or conditioning, or what works for them, but they're fucking their own mind, they're manipulating their own mind, thinking it's the best outcome. It's not how you fucking live life. 2 people can be poor as shit but happy as fuck and still get by and build. And that's when like energy comes in, and like life changes, and next thing you know, you guys win the lottery. And I never look at my situation like as if it was a curse dating all like the wealthier people, or however it may be, or the 2 that came into like the lottery or whatnot. I never look at it as like, oh, well, maybe for me it's a past life thing, and it's like whoever I'm with ends up getting lucky, or yeah, but I don't. And maybe it was, so I don't even think it was a lesson for me or something, but it is linked to past life, but in the sense of like, for me, it's not money, money is obviously nice to have, but like, it's not like, more, and I can travel this and I can do that. And like, no, it's just, for me, it was always kind of like a turn off, because Spirit wanted me to see like, you want money or you want love? What do you want? And for me, it's like love, but there's been times where I'm like, I go back and forth, because then I think about my own children, financial security. But then careful what you wish for, because, ultimately that's what you wanted. And this lifetime, you're going to have the money, but you're not living your life. Whereas 2 people that, chase money and then realize it's love, and then they start something small and it ends up being huge, and you still end up with that bank account, but you're looking at it differently. Yeah, now I'm getting pulled that song like, what would you do if your son was at home crying on the bedroom floor, kid was hungry, and the only way to feed him was to sleep with a me for a little bit of money. It's gone in and out of lockdown. I don't got a job now. That's like depending on somebody else. You gotta depend on yourself. But this is telling me there's somebody here where you guys can depend on each other, and others of you, it's just like you gotta let somebody go. Like you can't depend on them, and you're being protected. And right now you could be going through a phase and it's all your energy and you're like, oh, why? You know? Well, the person you think about is not coming through. It's not your fucking person. You want to be with somebody who's constantly dwelling on the fucking past and sabotages shit and doesn't follow their intuition and doesn't go after what they really want in life? Fuck them. Don't sit here and dwell on it, though. Because you got bigger and better things to go after. I gotta run to the bathroom. So yeah, some of you it's just the wrong fucking person. Or some of you there's people like you want to count on them, but you can't count on them. It takes two, guys. But what I'm trying to do is really pinpoint this, like, so it's our reading, like the spiritualist, because this is how we grow and get through things that aren't comfortable or they're sad things. Where's my cards I'm looking for? Usually always up there. They gotta be up here. There they are. Here and now. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been pulled to people. I've always dated people for money. I just don't get it. And then the other ones come into money. To me, it's this. There's got to be a money thing here. Maybe somebody thinks you're all about money, but if that's the case, then they don't fucking know you from a hole in the wall. You know how I met Charlie, guys? Literally, it was a dating website. And I think it wasn't our first date, but he took me up in his plane. We went to Maine for lunch. And it was great. But he does like to show off his money. But the funny thing is how I met him was literally a dating website. And it was how he wrote things like, oh, I'll take you in the plane and a sunset and blah, 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 blah. And I literally like cursed him out. Like, you think this is fucking attractive? Like, it was the craziest fucking thing. And then we ended up like getting together. And it's like I really put him in his fucking place. And most people would be like, the fuck? Like, you wouldn't even expect that energy to hit you up. But it was almost like he challenged me. And I was like, all right, challenge on, you know? And we ended up being like great friends in the long run. And we dated for a while. And then in and out, it was, me and him would laugh because we're like, oh my God, it's like, 6 years of like friends with benefits. And it wasn't all the time, a lot of times we didn't even hook up, especially if we were like other people. It's just that connection we have. And we dated often, but we used to laugh. But I mean, that's literally how like, it was almost like long fucking letter. Like, this is pathetic. Like, I don't know. Like, it was definitely meant to like wake him up to certain things. And it was almost magnetic, as if like it was a challenge, but it was more of like a lesson on both ends. You know what I mean? And to this day, I mean, we're still friends. We don't like hook up, sleep together. It's been years. Because we just decided to kind of do like the friend thing. But we ended up having a lot of fun together, but in a more mellow way. Like, and then I would see him on like Facebook and extravagant energies, or her date other people, and you could tell those women were like into money, and he was traveling and doing all that. But that's a lesson on his end. You know what I mean? And I guarantee there's been years and times that he went on his own and felt alone and had to realize it wasn't about money. Everybody has a lesson. We're always a catalyst. We're always, you know, the bait, the fish, whatever it may be. So there's got to be something here with money for somebody. It's not strong, but it's there. So maybe money came in between you guys, or maybe this person has money, or you have money, and you thought it was all about the money. There's got to be money here, but like money you really didn't even know about. Yeah, so you trust in children too. But he had too. He learned the hard way. He married somebody. This was right before I met him, and they ended up divorcing. And she took him for like so much shit. I think he still pays fucking alimony, to be honest with you. And it's the craziest fucking thing. She don't fucking work, and she lives like a fucking queen. It's got to be so aggravating. So I bet you he's probably repeated that a couple times with other people or whatnot. You know what I mean? He just has like an endless fucking flow of money. There's definitely money here. I don't know. Maybe somebody just chases money or work. It interfered. Doesn't matter if you're super wealthy or live week to week. There's finances definitely interfered, or it's interfering in the sense of like you're neglecting the family, or you're neglecting other things, or you're neglecting your parents. There's definitely neglect, especially with the 5 of Cups. It's more than just sabotage. You know, you got to look at every aspect of your life, guys, when you want to be with somebody, because there is sacrifices that need to be made on all ends. Even if one's rich and the other one's poor, that rich person looks like, oh, I'm sacrificing more than you. And that's the most naive thing that somebody can think. If that's the case, spirit doesn't want you with that person, because you also make big sacrifices. And they don't see your sacrifices because they're looking at it as money. And you don't want to be with that person either, guys. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Like, or somebody that always wants to be the bread maker and it will not be comfortable with you making as much money as them. They always want to be like the breadwinner and will work even harder to make sure that they make, you know, more money than you, 20,000 more a year. You know what I mean? So that ego needs to go. Or people that think like they were married or in the middle of a divorce and like, oh, the other one's not about money. No, lesson learned. If it hasn't been learned, it's about to be learned. Because somebody was naive. This is somebody you were definitely dealing with, if not you. That's a fucking given. I do think it is something that can absolutely come back together, or it's something like you just fucking let it go. Because some of you, spirit's like, there's no fucking way in hell I am letting this fucking person come back into your life. So once you switch your outlook in regards to something, life takes off again. But I do think it's bigger than that. I do think you are meant to be with somebody here, because it's just the dynamic. It's how it's playing out on the board. So it's like your karmic, their karmic, just life lessons in general. I definitely think there is a match made in heaven here, and you just don't see it or don't want to see it. You both have learned lots of lessons in between, though, that's for sure. Because this is something that has longevity and can last. But you could be dealing with two karmics here too. One's right and one's not. You think nobody comes in your life, and then all of a sudden fucking everybody comes in fucking swarming. Like, this is almost like spirit purposely broke two people up too, as if you were a catalyst, because they're not meant to be with that person. You guys are each other's people. So spirit definitely wants to make both two people happy here. But in the sense of like, if this is your person and you have a strong guide or a spirit team like this, they're absolutely going to break up somebody else so this person comes towards you, because it's your person. If they don't do it on their own, they'll make sure that this person learns their lessons and they realize you're not what they thought they were. Like, it is what it is. They will absolutely hands down interrupt somebody else's relationship. It could take years for something to align though, but this person will eventually be your person. Because spirit knows they can give you what you need emotionally. And it's something that can last a lifetime. It's whatever you need. And if you ask me, it has nothing to do with money. With the Ace of Pence, Five of Pence. If they can provide for you, great. But it's not about that. It's about a solid fucking beginning with a beautiful fucking outcome and a whole bunch of lessons learned in between. So you can live a legacy, and the Ten of Pence isn't here. But I feel like the Ten of Pence is here. So it can be like how two people provide for each other. It could be in regards to money, strength, your vibration. Because if you guys are able to do this, then your kids are able to do it, and they'll see it, and it's the vibe you just give. And then it's generational, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows. The Wheel of Fortune. So there is something, it is karmic. You guys do have to work on this. Oh, look at that, Page of Wands. But a message that also needs to come in as well over here. You know, the wheel needs to turn, and you guys kind of like need to walk towards whatever it is you need to walk to. Like the Eight of Cups always leads to the Two of Cups, and ironically enough, it's right there. So it is something about sacrifices. It could be too many people in the picture, but the wheel is going to turn in a positive way. But it's free will. It's on you, or I guess it's on them. The sun kind of is like a Ten of Pence type thing. Whatever this is whatever's going down, and it looks more sad than anything, is intentional. But it's also like you need to recognize, like, why the fuck are you focused on somebody from your past when you know that doesn't make you happy? So why are you not going after your happy? And it could have to do with, you know, other people being in the picture, or people pleasing, because we talked about that. And I don't want to get into that energy, because this is more about the two of you, or you to be in a certain situation that is way more important than somebody on the outside. And that's just the reality of a situation. And if that person's main focus is there, then bye. Spirit's like, this is not your fucking person. Your happiness is around the corner once you change your perspective or set yourself free and go after what it is you really fucking want. It's not about money. It boils down to your fucking happiness. Like, does this person make you happy at the end of the day? And if you're not going after that, or a situation you know that can make you happy, that's your own fucking flaw, and you need to work on it. But in the meantime, you got no business with other energies, because Spirit's going to make sure you have that Ace of Pence in the Sun. And I hate to say it, some of you, it's just whoever you're focused on is just not your person. Spirit's gonna fucking, no way in HELL is this person allowed in your fucking life. Again, it's just not a thing. But others of you, there is definitely somebody here. And it's kind of time to work it out. Best advice for you and this other person. Oh, I don't like that card. So this has to do with a past person you were married to, not a past life, like in this lifetime, or common law marriage. You deserve love, reconciliation. Yeah, passion. This is about going after something you really want after something else didn't work out. It's like telling yourself, I never want a relationship again. I never want to fall in love. Well, then that's your loss. And if that's that person and they're not going to figure it out, Spirit's not going to let that person in your life. So, again, that could be a right person and a wrong person. Because you deserve way more than you think. Everybody deserves to have that type of love, that passion, that feeling, that unconditional love. So it's could be the other person, it could be you. So whoever you're kind of thinking about is just, it's not worth it. It's not your person. And there is somebody from your past that is going to return. And you're going to have to open up your heart. And, so I don't know if it's going to happen simultaneously, back to back, if it's already happening. But this is like somebody who thinks they don't deserve love because maybe how they treated somebody else, or how, a lot of regret on how something went down. That's for damn sure. So there's only one way out of that, because again, like, you could die in a month. Don't you want your kids to see you happy? Or we had kids here. Are you worried? Like, there is kids. Maybe things aren't great with your kids. Once you do what's best for your kids, don't come first. That's a hard lesson for people to fucking recognize. Your kids don't come first. You always come first. The minute you're happy and you change your outlook, and I'm talking really happy, not like happy with work, happy with family dynamic. I'm talking like your soul is fucking happy and content. Your children will fucking peak and rise. And I'm telling you, like, so somebody is worried about that shit too, how somebody from the past is going to feel or whatnot. But sometimes other people come into other people's lives to be the right type of role model, and you could feel guilty. Maybe you weren't so great with your fucking kids, and there's like other kids come into it and everything changes. Like, but that's lessons that are also meant for your kids. Kids are karmic as well if something doesn't work out, and then, a year down the road, it's like they really see something differently, and then their life changes. That's why I'm saying, like, there's generational wealth here in the sense of knowledge and following your heart and just doing your best to get through everyday fucking life in the matrix. So at the end of the day, you want your kids to be happy. You want to be happy. And when you're happy, like, your kids are just going to glow. And you might feel guilty because it's with somebody else or whatever the case may be. Or this is your kids feeling bad for you that, you just can't break conditioning and look at things differently or be fucking happy. I mean, we can go in so many different directions here, but this was definitely telling me really bad experiences, and somebody could hear like, oh, I don't deserve him, I don't deserve her, I don't deserve. You do. Just because you've had a rough start or whatever, wherever you're at in life, like, things can change drastically. And I'm telling you, there's something with kids, and it's going to benefit your children. And that would make sense with the global ascension, because it is about the next generation and where things go. So if you're stuck in a conditioning, your kids are not going to benefit. They're going to rebel. And kids only rebel when a parent is stuck in conditioning. But once your children are children, it's a bond, it's DNA. You will have that back once you decide to live your own life the way you deserve to live your life. And at the end of the day, it's happiness, and It's clearly with somebody else. And it's not the kid's mother or the kid's father. For whoever that message is for. So I don't see many kids here, but kids do play a role. And again, it makes sense because they're the ones that are going to be the leadership for where humanity goes. So some parents here play a big role. We all do as parents, but this type of love and happiness is generational. You know what I mean? Like having everything you want is just not who you thought it was going to be with. Or maybe this is you blocking this energy out of like you being scared. And it doesn't occur to you. You don't ever tell yourself you don't deserve love because you know you want love. But that's a challenge and you don't realize it's even there. And it's part of shadow work. Because the person you were with before, whether you feel like it was like that or it wasn't, damage was done in a previous relationship. Obviously, that happens for everybody. You know, it's pushing through. But there's something about like shadow work here. Like, I didn't even get this deck for you guys to do shadow work. I already work with karma, but like, so it's just in the shadow. I heard Shallows by Lady Gaga. Yeah, self-doubt. The shadow's deep sphere, it creeps, the specter of haunting, where courage sleeps. You know, so it's really going after something. So it's not self-doubt, like, do they love me, do they not? It's, can it work or can it not? Like, so there's a lesson here. There was damage that was done, or this person doesn't love me, or, you know, I didn't treat this person right. And then, you know, all of a sudden I learned the lesson. I'm going to treat the next person right. And then you feel bad because the other person didn't get what they should have got. But you know what? The two of you, I promise you, will get what you want. You two in the long run, but you two are too karmic. One will always get it before the other because that's the one that learned the lesson first. It's a fucking cycle, guys. It's the cycle. It's like the animal kingdom. It's cycle of fucking life. And same thing goes for you. Why is it any fucking different? Because you're human, you're still fucking breathing. An animal's still fucking breathing. There's nothing different about that. Stop feeling bad for other fucking people. And again, it's pulling me to that 1818 or 2020. There was a message in there in regards to, oh, no, it was the wombat, which makes sense because I just brought up animals. You know? Once again, I'll read it for you guys with the wombat because some of you weren't here in the very beginning. A wombat teaches us that it doesn't matter what other people think, that we don't need to care because all the nerve we need is within through our own ability to play in the way we think and our ability to see the foundation of our own problems and creatively impose solutions and structures onto them. Right? So this is about you. I love that this is a brand new deck. I never used it, and I actually love that the wombat came out because this is telling me that this makes sense why I'm so stuck on you guys too, because this deck is going to be focused on that energy. So that energy is clearly coming into play for the collective in a galactic global way, probably even for the next year, because we saw the world when I cut the deck. And that's the truth, because global ascension is here and we're supposed to be evolving. So it makes a lot of sense that, you know, along the way, it's like, I know that even one of your best friends of 30 fucking years, and all of a sudden you shouldn't be with that person. And it's like they put the self-doubt into you. Look what happened before, you know. So there is a lesson here in regards to saying, fuck it, I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do and what's best for me. And how I decide to lead my own life and what my own fucking future looks like. Because at the end of the day, that's what's most important. And again, I can't stress that kid thing. I was in shock when I realized like I have to come before the kids because it just doesn't seem natural. But that's the reality of it. Your happiness does have to come before the kids, so you can provide and teach and kind of groom, because that's what we do. That generation, that really at the end of the day is extremely fucking important. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, that type of energy, you know. And then from there, a lot of things change within you, and you can raise the children properly or a different way. You're able to nourish them more, because you're not nourishing your children if you're not nourishing yourself, and that's the fucking truth. Think about it from the womb. If you eat like shit, iron deficiency, you're not nurturing your child. I got to do what's best for the child. No, you got to do what's best for you, so your child grows in your womb. Same fucking thing. It's like the animal kingdom. Same fucking shit, guys. If you don't nourish yourself first, your children are not going to thrive. And that's the truth. And you can focus, oh, it didn't work on that one, so I'm going to make sure this one, I raise this one differently. And they go in a different direction. Nope, you still fail because you're not nourishing yourself. If you're not happy, your kids will not be happy. I'm sorry I had to put it that way, but that's the fucking truth. It's like an animal and a child, same thing. You think your kid doesn't know when you're sad or you're depressed or, you know, there's conditioning happening? Of course they do. And we have the government teaching our children right now, and that sucks. So it's really important to fucking parent, no matter what age the fucking kids are. It's time to change your fucking perspective here, guys. And don't think, oh, you're 50, so it's like, well, I'm just going to live the rest of my life. My kids will figure it out. No. Have fun with that. Good luck with that. Feel bad for your children. That's the fucking case. That's why we need more advocates out there, too. Because the government's just like, you know, I'll take over, don't you worry. This could be the one. It's like a weird cut. So it's up to you on how you want to look at life. Because you need to look at different aspects of your fucking life. Because this is something that could have already came together. But I really think it's like two people. Yeah, like control issues. It's that energy of like, oh, let's say I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do it. And then they don't do it. So don't focus on that, guys. Okay. And it's another message for you guys too. Like for when this comes in, you got to let it unfold naturally too. Instead of just shutting it down, you know? Whoa, okay. Haunted house. In the haunted wall, secret society. Ghosts are just memories that will never die. It's almost pulling into that 5 of Cups energy. Woo-wee! All right. This fucking deck is like really wanting to talk. Whale of London. You got the fox. I thought that said Laconia. But it says enigma. Adaptability, shapeshifter, the mirror, self-examination, understanding, and acceptance. So kind of like pretty much stuff I was kind of talking about. You got to get to this mindset to live the life you really want to be, you know? I think what people don't understand, if you just stop lying and live an authentic life and go after what it is you want, things just fall into place. And that's the fucking truth. It is simple like that. If you think it's not simple like that, it's because you just don't want to be honest with yourself, or you don't want to take acceptance or accountability for what it is you've done. And that's the truth. And that's your lesson to go through. You know? You really got to look at yourself here. Because you can shift your life quicker than you think. You can shift it overnight. And in somebody's mind right now, it's just an enigma. Like it's nothing, like you can have what it is you want, but you're not going after it. you know? And if it's the ending to something, accept it. Shift your fucking life. Shift your thoughts. Adapt to your new surroundings. Adapt to what it is you don't have and adapt to what it is that's around you and what you do have. So I said that ass backwards. So stop thinking about what you don't have and focus on what you do have, because you do have a spirit team who love you, and it's not about other energies right now. And I understand there's other energies here, but when that comes in, work on it then. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's just an enigma. Well, that's not fun. We all find ourselves in these energies, guys. And I just hope this reading helped to kind of see something differently, because you can go after it. It's there. It's available for you to have. It's literally here and available. And if another person doesn't stroll into your life, it's not about another person. It's about something else that's already here. You can have it. You just have to go after it. It's here. So some of you, this is the loss of somebody, or stop thinking about this fucking person. Because your spirit team you're not fucking having it, but your wish is here. So it's here. Something in the next 24 hours is here. And if that person's not here, they don't hear from that person, or that person has to go after that, then it's something else. Clear what it is that needs to be cleared so you can work with this energy. Because there's something here and it is a gift, and that's where your happiness is. So if it doesn't come in, it's not what you think it is. Because some of you definitely have to walk away and have a new start, and others of you, it's somebody coming towards you to have this new start. So it's up to you. You're going to walk away from something that's not here and it's just a fucking thought? Because I guarantee you can feel another energy because it wants to come towards you. But some of you, I'm telling you, I hate to tell you this, it's just not going to come. They don't have that courage right now. You know? And if it's your person, I think they're going to have that courage and come in. So I'm telling you, if it doesn't come in within the next, 48 hours, give or take a day or two, it's not meant to be in your life right now. And that's the truth. There's something else that's there that's better for you to focus on. So if you're in that 5 of Cups energy and it can't find your way out, or you don't know why, if you're going to stay in that energy, and, fine. But day 4, day 5, your ass needs to be strong enough to get your ass out of this energy. You want to wait a few days, go ahead. Not really going to benefit you, but some of you it might. Maybe some of you need to hope that energy is going to come around and it doesn't. And you need to realize in a harsh way and in a sad way, it's just not meant to come in. Not your fucking person. That energy does not belong in your fucking life. And if this other person can't come in knowing they want to come in, then that's on them too, and they're not ready. But you still have something. We always have an opportunity after loss or in the midst of sorrow. Always, always, always. And that is the fucking truth. And your spirit team got something for you. So it's on you guys. Keep hearing just the two of us on castle in the sky. But some of you, they're not brave enough. Well, you're not brave enough. Others of you, it's bye. Goodbye. it's a force. It's almost like pressure to come in or pressure to leave. It's coming. So try not to stress over it, whatever it is. You got sleep. Sleep on it. Number 5. Another fucking 5. This change is gonna happen whether you like it or not. Meditation. Number 3. Mind, body, and soul. So it's your thoughts, it's your mindset. Self-love with the number 7. It's spiritual as well. You know, change has to happen. Making sure your happiness comes first. Being kind to nature, yourself, other people. Give back. It will make you happy. It's number 6. It will give balance. It will bring balance into your life. Harmony. Mental repetition. Some of you, I do believe in affirmations, but that your mindset needs to be somewhere else. Others of you, this is more about being optimistic and stop with the shitty self-talk for those who are doing that. But mental repetition, like I gotta take down this industry because it doesn't work like that. So for right now, it's your own mindset when it comes to your own happiness and what you can do to feel better about yourself. And sometimes just putting on freaking music again and getting yourself out of like a funk or a thought, or taking a walk, sitting outside for 5 minutes, rearranging your room. Spring cleaning's coming. We're stepping into spring soon, and that's, for people that are, spiritualist, every seasonal change affects your mind, body, and soul. And you have to adapt to that energy. Other people wouldn't know that, not so much. They would look at it as seasonal depression because they've been living a matrix life. We know it's not like that. It is like that, but we benefit more because we know its transitions and how it works and how it can benefit us, and when we should slow down, and when we should reflect, and when we should be in energy. And that's important too. Again, it's the matrix. So, diagnosed with seasonal depression. Okay. You can keep living that way if you want, but at the end of the day, it's not how you live. It's just not. You got boundaries and melody. Healthy boundaries with the number 4 because you're setting up your own foundation. With the number 2 going in that direction, the number 2 is also about your foundation, making the right moves. So there is energies around you that definitely can bring you down. So they definitely shouldn't be on your mind when you're making decisions. Reawaken. So another spiritual energy, and it comes from making the right choices. And like I said, being grateful, transforming your own mindset. So I hope this helps you guys. And again, if you're in this energy and you kind of feel stuck, it's not really a stuck energy. It's more like, I don't know why I feel this way or whatnot. But and again, it could be you're just connecting in with somebody else's energy, but that's not gonna cut it. That's not real life. And that's another reason why people get stuck in this energy. This is an energy that's probably been thinking about you for a while now, wanting to come in, and they just don't. And it sucks when you're caught up in that energy because it's like real close to like they're coming in or they're not. But that closeness is probably your guides or your ancestors or something like that, making sure it happens or it doesn't happen. At the end of the day, it's you and this other person that ultimately can make it happen, you know? And if this person can't consider your feelings and, you know, you're probably thinking about them and that, you know, it's your guides know that, and you're going to feel what you need to feel ultimately, so something else takes off. It's just kind of bringing me to that energy of like when I talk to you guys about like when spiritualists, they don't understand what we've already gone through and accepted and how we look at things, and all that comes with pain. This is somebody you absolutely had to walk away from. If they walked away from you, it was because it's Matrix and they didn't want to accept the consequences, the situation they put themselves in, and other people. When you walked away from this, it's heartbreaking when we walk away from shit like this. Because somebody else doesn't want to partake or play real life. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you're not going to get to where you need to be with certain energies. And it sucks. But sometimes you play that role and you're the catalyst. It really just depends. But this is telling me it was definitely an energy. You probably can work it out, but it just depends on like if this energy comes towards you or how you go towards them. It just depends on who has to go towards who. So there is an energy here of like a comfort, that comfort I was talking about earlier. And that's when it gets tricky, because it's like you can hit up all sorts of people and it's just like, hi. And you're just looking for like a little attention, but not, it's the wrong type of attention. You really don't need that attention, especially if somebody doesn't respond. It's another thing for, even if it's a friend, guys. You're going after the wrong attention. And Spirit's like, come on. And it's not a bad thing. To me, it's probably a lesson you already learned. And it's like, it's coming in again. And it's just the transits. It's just the energy. I'm telling you, even if you're at peace and you're flowing, and I'm a reader and I'm getting stuck in certain energy. I wouldn't say stuck, but I'm feeling certain energies that like really aren't comfortable. And I know it's because it's just, it's another transition for us, because we have to get on a new path. So like you guys are going to get hit with this energy. So again, 222. I'm just looking up here. Just the two of us. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, and it's not it's not even a lesson of comfort. It's just the right people. Don't reach out to the ones that used to comfort you in regards to others thing, or the opposite sex if you like the opposite sex, or the same sex if you like the same sex. It's like me hitting up Charlie and saying hi, or me hitting up somebody else and saying hi, or me, you know what I mean, one after another, because it's that's the energy you're kind of craving and looking for, but like that's not the right type of energy. So we are about to experience something here, in the sense of I don't know how it's going to pan out. But if you just focus on you, whether it's your health, whether it's, you know, cleaning your house, it's all it is just a stepping stone to what is next. And it probably is going to be a little uncomfortable. So I'm telling you, like, even if you're good, you feel at peace, like this energy is going to hit you. And I hate to say it, but like, that's the truth. Or it's already hit you and it's about to get good, because it's going to turn. The 222 encourages you to take balance and harmonious, peaceful stance in all areas of your life, no matter what the circumstances are. Trust that everything will turn around for its highest good, and it will be long term. And do not put energies into negativity such as fear or worry, but rather be aware of working with a certain spirit and the higher good with all involved. Visualizations, affirmations, manifestation. The 2222, yada, 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 remind you happens Nothing happens by chance and everything happens for a reason. So maintain a positive attitude, a strong connection with your higher self, like I'm saying. Everything has a positive result, and you will receive an abundant blessing with many kinds of divine right timing. It's good work, and evidence and manifestation will be coming into fruition soon. Keep the faith and stand strong. So by 1818, 2020, and these 222s, I know what it's saying. And it is an uncomfortable transition that's about to take place if it hasn't started. And it's okay. It's a transition. So if you're getting this, or where you getting this, or if you're in it, just focus on yourself. And if this energy comes in, it happens to be another person, it's going to work out great. If it's work, you know what I mean? It's like whatever feels right. And there's some stuff here, like, that's just not going to feel right. It's one of those energies, once again, like, you know, you're in it and it's another transition. Hopefully it just doesn't last as long, okay? So it also reminds you to love is the most important thing. Loving yourself is key to good health and well-being, and love for self, others, and life connections with energy and prosperity of the universal energies. Self-love brings self-expression and allows you creativity and fulfillment. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's what I've been saying. Like, once you love yourself and once you go after your own happiness and you choose happiness, whether it affects other people or not, that's self-love. And then energies in your life can drastically shift even overnight. And it's only going to take so long. Some of you could be months, could be years, others days. It just depends on where you're at in this journey. And if you're really going after what it is you want and doing what it is you want and focusing on the positive, because I guarantee there's going to be like a lot of negatives or little things that are like frustrating. And it's like all at once. So where are you going to put your energy? Thank you, Elise. I'm just going to read that because that's a message there. 399, a message from your angels that your skills and talents and as a light worker or choosing to do light work is needed in this world and urges you to go after your life purpose. Your natural positive personality and traits and that inner wisdom will help and assist you fulfill your destiny. The 399 asks you to release and let go of any situations in your life that are no longer positive or serving you. Do not cling to situations or people out of fear, lack, loss, or need. Trust that the angels are overseeing your life and your path, encouraging you to maintain something positive when it comes to your future. Do not allow negativity to hinder your soul. So some of you are light workers, and all of us are light workers in a way. Like, if you're spiritual, you are a light worker. You know, you do project that energy. And it's not just readers and, oh, I'm a light worker. Like, no, a majority of all of you are light workers. It's just how you want to look at it. And you can also Google, there's lots of type of different light workers. And it's just, you don't even think certain light workers are light workers because it's not obvious and they're not on social media. You know what I mean? You work with the light. It is what it is. And I hope you work with the dark as well. And this is kind of like one of those, I wouldn't say it's a dark shadow by any means, but I know that this is a huge transition. And I don't think it's going to take as long as the other one that I was explaining to you that lasted months. And it was like, I don't think it's like that at all. This is more like something could happen rapidly. It's really your mindset and going after what it is you want. And at the end of the day, it's, you know, self-love. And again, I'm going to say it again, you know, if it involves another person, whatever it may be, like, just, you know, go after it, because at the end of the day, if you go after a person, place, a thing, and you know that's what can bring happiness and will bring happiness and contentment, and you feel like there's 100 pounds that just gets lifted off of you when somebody else is around you or you think about them, go after it, because it's only going to benefit your future. And if you don't go after it, then it is what it is. And I don't know. Those are the people that won't make the next wave, and that's not our job to stay behind and make sure they make it through the door. Our job is to, you know, focus on ourselves and hold the hands that are willing to cross the bridge with you, not the ones that are resisting, because no one's got time to be left behind. Life is short. We can die next week.
No.
Okay? So, I love you guys, and I really hope this helps. I love that this deck is all about a wombat. Just do it. Go after it. It's a blessing. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend, the next 48. Be safe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe on the road. Enjoy dinner. I love corned beef and cabbage. So, I love you guys. Bye.